The lighting is too bright. I don't know if I like the lighting or not, so I'm playing with it. If you're catching the replay, hello everyone. I'm Steve. Mark's working. SmokeySteveAndMarc, welcome. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. And welcome to this impromptu, unplanned live that we are having right now as well. So, how y'all doing? Hey Jay, how are you? Hello Amelia. Starting to fill up just a little bit. Hello Beth. Meow mew. It's only Thursday. It is only Thursday. Hey Michaela. No justice, no peace. Hello. Wookie lover. Help Chantal's wheelchair. Hello. Isn't it like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday feels like it needs a day in between there and then Thursday, Friday. I think. I'm glad you had a break today. Hello, waiting room. I was on the road today, and it was just sitting in the car for, I had to drive over hill and dale into the rural hinterlands where it's still 2016 perpetually, and yeah. Talk recovery with folks. I had an all-female group today, though. That was pretty good. It's easier to kind of open up, So, I would love Thursday to be payday. Meetings. Well, thing is, though, when we end up now with Zooms having meetings about meetings, and we're going to have a meeting to have the next meeting, or just meeting to meet to put something on the schedule, it's Henry. Yeah, Henry's all gone. Yeah, we just had a little bit of rain now. It's ungodly hot here. We're in a heat wave. It feels like it's about 95 outside. Hello, a clockwork pineapple. So it was just drizzling, but it's so hot out now. I wouldn't be surprised if the sky opened up. Bandit crawled under the couch. That's usually the best sign that something's happening. He knows before we do. So, meetings inception. Yes. Is your work online? Will it be that way permanently? I do mental health work, and most of it's in the community, or should be. Like today, I went to a facility and I was facilitating a group with some individuals. My agency's policy is, mask up, go out and see people, but that group is only once a week. I facilitate that group on a Zoom all the other days of the week, and it's hard to get people to show up, And then we have funders, people that pay our agency, and say, what are you doing with the money? Why aren't people showing up? And, it's all you can do to just be there, so. Hi, Stephen. I had the Lou for dinner today. Carry out. The Lou. I had the Lou. It was fantastic. It was so good. It's now my favorite among all of the pizzas. The Lou. Deep dish, So, hello, Amrita. From Texas. Now I feel dumb complaining about heat. Hey, MK. Yes, the Lou was good. We had the Lou last night. I went for one piece because I was going to be all, targeted with my, with my weight, and it just didn't work. Hello, Jarella. Well, Pennsylvania is kind of a mixed bag when it comes to managing what's going on here as far as COVID and stuff. So, hello, Aunt Big B. Our masking stuff at work is I had to wear one, but they didn't have to. So if I'm on the road and out in the community, I have to wear one everywhere I go because I work in mental health, so it's healthcare, so we have to follow those standards. And then as far as getting a booster shot, all of my vaccines were arranged through work initially at the beginning of this year. So I'm going to wait to hear from them. And if I don't hear anything within a couple days and it's like every man for himself, then I'll have to figure something else out. I'll have to call my doctor. You made my day. You said my name correctly. I try. So, hey, Jen. Amber Lynn just went live. You know why? Because she knew I was live and she wanted to take everybody away from me. I don't know. I wouldn't be good at drama, really. Mayor! Well, no, we're not celebrating it. We're celebrating Thursday. We're celebrating the fact that I started to film a storytime video and it sucked ass. I just really didn't like it. So I was like, scrap it. I can't rewrite it and refilm it and then re-edit. And I do all the work myself on a Thursday. Mark isn't here to edit the video. And so it's usually a little more, they're usually a little more grand other days of the week. Mine are pretty simple. Even with the thumbnails, they're pretty simple. And I couldn't even get that much together that fast. So, ta-da! How am I feeling now that the steroids are done? I had a crying jag yesterday. It was terrible. I was in the shower, and it started to come on, and then ended. So emotionally, I was just about over it. Still a little trouble sleeping, but some of the symptoms it was taking away have come back. So I have to, report that to the doctor and see what's what. So, I was rolling up the coffee video. That was fun to shoot, too, because it was a bunch of 20-second videos all over the place. So it was, yeah. And we have a very small apartment. I don't know what you think is behind here, but there's nothing. There is absolutely nothing, no space behind here. So, Amberlynn. I don't watch Amberlynn at all. At all. I don't know. I don't care what happens to her. I don't know. I heard that her and her partner, Becky, split, and Amberlynn's now onto another playmate or something. That's as much as I know is going on there. Not really looking for more input on it either. Hey, Sade. Mark's good with the videos. He's not here. We can talk about him. Unless he's skulking in the back with the lurkers. He always thinks the videos aren't, as good as they are. His videos are so nice. And especially when he takes control of a whole video, like Mondays with Mark, and does all the editing and puts all the work into it and all that kind of stuff. And he always thinks, nothing's, I don't know. He always thinks, oh, I hope somebody watches it. The self-doubt is, it's hard to watch. Because someone works so hard. Exactly, he underestimates it. He puts so much work into it, and it's so nice, and then nothing. The wizard? No, the wizard is not behind us. There's a few appliances and what could loosely be called a kitchen. Our kitchen, where we filmed the coffee video, is right there. That's it. It's one big room. This is just a divider. So, I know he does so much editing. So, well, we have different, well, thanks, Christine. I mean, he looks happy. Yeah, he does. Hey, LA, happy to see you, too. He has a different kind of style of video. Most of mine, somebody had just asked, LA, I'm living. I'm crying a little, but I'm living. The kind of content he does is totally different. On a Saturday, I have to prep for Foodie Beauty, so I have to write out a lot of crap, try to stitch together facets of her life, and then somehow make it informative, entertaining, interesting, turn something into it. His are more instructional, or informative, or very, very personal sometimes. So, his are a little bit different. I wouldn't have as many cuts and edits in a Foodie Beauty video, because it's enough as it is, without adding more to it. Plus, those videos are a lot longer. They come up on 40 minutes sometimes. So, but when you see pictures and stuff in those videos, Mark is doing the drop downs. That's where all that's coming from. So, but yeah, so the story time was going to be about death. Hard to make it light. So it's just as well, probably. We didn't have that one. Foodie Beauty in her channel? I don't know. TOS. I got some for thee and not for me. I don't know. The cold open this week? It depends. I don't think we've had enough of it yet. I don't think we have that. It's not shown up. The one thing that just sums it up for the week. I haven't seen it yet. The pickle brine kind of stood on its own. The twerking, I suppose. Anyone else having a difficult time right now with the pandemic and what's going on? I'm finding it hard to. Let me bring that back up. Yeah. Hey, Sarah. Um, yeah. Coping is hard. Yeah, coping's hard in the time of COVID. I'm trying to I'm trying to remind myself that like it's not like I'm working from home. There's a pandemic and I'm trying to maintain employment during it. It's a little bit bigger than that. It's not like working from home. You know, it's because there's a global crisis. You know, not to panic, but not to diminish that either. So yeah, I did see her live a little bit ago. It's freaking. I was watching Chantal. She's live now, I think, if I'm looking correctly. I had her up. My searches are so weird for all the crap that I watch. Um, I had her up for a second, but she was getting ready to go out. I think she's taking Pete somewhere. So you once had to rename a video for using the word crabby, but you can go full moon. I don't get it. I don't get it either. But I don't know. Oh, you're not being a downer. I mean, it's life. You know, it's happened. I've gone through a couple cycles of it during all of this. It's, you know, out of control. Well, thing is, just when I think it can't get a little more out of control, it gets a little more out of control, out of her control. Um, but the slick, dangerous part of kind of what she's playing with her partying and on that end of her life is she doesn't like. Hey Nick, how are you? Um, where was I going with that? I don't know. I'll come back to it. I'm distracted because I have her up here. Let me turn her off. It's not healthy. Lifting her shirt up and rubbing her belly, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Probably. I mean, it's after the 21st now, so now it's kind of like we can have our fun. So, Frenchie only confirmed what we all thought. See, I have to do some homework because I don't watch French Fry Girl regularly, only when I have to catch up. So if Chantal complains she said something, then I go to French Fry Girl and watch there to see what the allegation was or what was said. Um, I probably nothing would have been surprising. I would think. I mean, I'm gonna have to find out before I can get to the weekend and do the video. But there is drama and gossip. Every single person I watch is having a problem with somebody else or three somebody else's. There's nations, weird nations that only exist in YouTube, and they're doing things. You think she really wants to move in with Nader? For her sake, I hope no. I think she'd crash there if something bad happened at her place, but I don't think he'd want her there. I don't think he wants her there, honestly. It's not that kind of a relationship from outside looking in. That's my opinion. That doesn't mean I know what's happening. That's just my opinion. Coke's $150, then just kidding. Coke is about 100. Okay. Shared that he said on their phone call tried to steal $15 Walmart shoes. That I remember hearing. Yeah, the $15 Walmart shoes. Um, that's unfortunate. I don't know how else to frame that. I mean, why wouldn't she? I guess, what was she there buying him clothes? Or was he just on his own stealing shoes? And if you're going to steal shoes, I want to say steal nice shoes. You shouldn't steal shoes, but I was going to say if you're going to steal nice ones, I don't know. That's at LA. Like, I didn't, it's two people who I don't know, who don't really know each other very well, having a conversation about mutual people. It's very hard for me to sink my teeth into any of that and go with any certainty this is what's happening. It would be a whole video of allegedly, which I've done and probably will do, which is going to have to, like I said, by Saturday I'm going to have to string all that together into some sort of narrative. But do a GoFundMe for his shoes. Oh, bless his heart. I don't really give a shit if he doesn't have shoes, though. If 1/10 of 1% of what any of these people said about him is true, then I don't care. I don't care. With the landlord, now she comes up with it. I don't like thinking about her money and these, just how much money she's probably blowing through on this dude. I hate she pays the rent. I hate that she pays that. Hello, Anne. How are you? She would be airing this because it could put Chantal in danger if Nader is as dangerous as she says. It's pretty worrying. The whole thing is just worrying. The whole thing is you know, it fans flames that shouldn't be fanned, and there's enough blame to go around for it. I believe in honesty. I believe in hello, Mark. I'm Steve. Mark's not here. That's okay. I'm sitting in the middle. It kind of throws people off. My mother calls me Mark sometimes, now that Mark's been around so long. So, yeah, I think the guy's a loser. I think spending all that money is a joke. That has nothing to do with me liking or not liking Chantal. That's just, I think she's being taken advantage of. I think she thinks she has the upper hand in the situation. And she doesn't. And she won't admit that, so she keeps telling herself that she's calling the shots. And no, I saw snippets of the Negs, Foodie Beauty, and Gaining Ground thing. It seemed very lighthearted to me. I mean, there was some obvious, shit talking that I thought I saw, but other than that, it was nothing too grand. Because it was very, and I didn't expect that to be a shooting gallery, though. Like, I didn't expect they were going to have her on and then rip her a new asshole. So, hey, Tita, how are you? Yeah, my mother will go down the list, my sister's name, my brother's name, my name, and then ends with whoever you are. That's how it goes down the line. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a mother's thing if they have multiple kids. Yeah, Negs, I remember when Negs was on with Ms. Huzzy, and they were just talking, but then Ms. Huzzy got blowback for having Negs on the show. It's good to see you too, Tita, but it feels like it's 1,000 years. Some names come by, and it's like, why haven't I seen you? I know Mark keeps up with some folks on Facebook, but there's some I only see on YouTube, too. He was having interactions, and then Ms. Huzzy got blowback. And then now, it's like, it's this weird chess type thing all over the place. I don't know. It's bizarre. It's very bizarre. Alliances, nations. I don't know what the heck's going on. Oh, it's not the purge. I should be so lucky. Thank you very much. I don't know. I'm thinking we're gonna have to get some crazy storms to come through and cool it off. I think they said by the weekend. So I'm thinking it'll storm tomorrow and then be cool Saturday. So I guess. So high school drama on steroids. Yes, it is. And hey Kate, I get that, hello Dom, how are you? I get that, like, that's part of the gig, that I was watching Huzzy, and he said, and he's right, I don't even know if it needed to be said, people like drama. People hate drama. People are sick of the drama. People watch the drama. Drama channels have tons of views. Amberlynn Reed built her fortunes off people who hate her, but watched. So there's something to it. It's then a matter of, are you the kind of person who's okay with bickering with people endlessly? Is that the kind of channel you want to have? Is that the kind of interactions you want to have with people? Do you want to do that perpetually forever? Her channel built faster than her own. Well, I remember like Charlie Gold's channel is like 1.5 the size of Chantal's channel, and she's always off and on had a hard on for her too. So now the way Fringe was whipping people into a frenzy. I don't like mob mentality, period. Pretty much. Like, I remember there was AmberCon. It was a few years ago. It was like Zachary Michael and some other people. And people I like, not bad reactors. But they were getting together, reacting or reviewing something, and then they were taking donations, and it was going to some cause because Amber said something. But the idea that like a bunch of people would sit on panel together to talk about one person, it seems like that's the direction YouTube seems to be going. Everyone I watch now is doing lives. It went from Chantal to everyone all of a sudden as we're sitting here live. I don't know. If that's the direction things are going, I don't know. I got to find somebody to collab with. I like Zachary Michael. I always did. I was one of his like first 3,000, 4,000 subscribers. Yes, Chantal, the trendsetter. The trendsetter. I'm going to get some black leggings next. So, gotta go have some dogs to train, or their owners. Thanks, Wookie Lover. Thanks for stopping by. Black stretch pants. Something I can put up, you know. If you get a good Empire waist, you can hide a lot. You know, you just put it right up here and just everything's under it. So, don't enjoy most panels. Even the DC Meteor Girl, I really prefer her on her own. See, like when the style of the channel changes, sometimes I watch it less. Like, oh, Milk Tea, she's lovely. I adore Milk. I would do a panel with Milk Tea. Yeah, absolutely. If she wanted to, you know, talk about something, because I think she could talk about like things and ideas and stuff rather than just the two of us going back and forth about how fugly somebody was or whatever, you know. Thank you, Deborah. Or yeah, the yellow dress, which can probably crawl down the stairs on its own at this point. So yeah, Milk Tea is lovely. Or Jasmine, the sequel, she's a lovely one too. I like her a lot. I don't know if you guys follow her. You should check her out. She's very, if you like Milk Tea or you like us, you might like her too. She's very kind of cut and dry, but not rude. Very much to the point. Kind of cuts out some bullshit, but very likable. You know, not screaming at the TV, not screaming at her or us or anybody. So I'll have to reach out to her and see. I have to see. I'll have to reach out. I don't know. When we started doing YouTube, I was like, we really should take like a Lady Gaga approach to this whole thing. Like, just take a step back and drama will happen because life is drama, but still. Yeah. I know Milk Tea is always somewhere in the world. I don't know where as far as traveling. I know she said she was doing a video a week and then she might not be able to do any for a while. So, well, good. It's a goal. We'll put it on the goal for 2022 to do that. Shakara's been doing clickbait. Milk Tea. I just like Milk Tea. She's very like sensible. She still gets like emotional. Oh, thank you, Sassy Mango. Hey you. Hey you too. I need a cigarette. Another pair. Yes, another dancing pair. No, I had thought in the beginning maybe I would like review Amberlynn Reid, but there's so much backstory there. There's no way. I have a full-time job. Even if I worked part-time, I'd have to give it up to go back that far and dig through the monstrosity of a channel that apparently she's had. So, Chikara. Well, yeah, Constructive Help Chantal's wheelchair. I love that name. Talking about ideas, like when talking about Chantal, I mean, obviously, I could make some really petty, shitty remarks, and I slip a few in here and there because I'm only human, I suppose. But to talk about like around the choices she's making, like beyond like she's a cokehead, it's like, well, if she's addicted to cocaine, what's going on with the rest of her life? You know, the other stuff around it. Not just is she a good, bad person. It's what does this mean in her life? What does it mean in anyone's life? What does it mean to Pete's? What does it mean to these other folks? And is it going to get worse for her? So something a little bigger than just, ew, she's a cokehead. Ew. You know, something larger than that. And I think like Milk Tea could have that kind of a conversation. I think some other folks could also, but it's just not how their channel is. It's not the kind of review that they do. And that's not good, bad, or indifferent. It's just, you know, not their style. Some channels are more like comedy or satire. And they just do it differently, or they're the actual reaction. They're watching it here. So, Pete's. I know some people have started going back to calling him James instead of Pete's because Pete's was her nickname for him and they felt that it was not appropriate. I have not fallen into that exactly. I still call him Pete's because when people say James, I don't know who the hell he is. I never followed Cynthia, but got to know a bit about her through you. Would you be willing to comment on her transformation to Blood Queen? TW, you've gotten the one. We allow one Cynthia question per stream. One. Okay? You've gotten the one. Well, you had a two-part question. I believe she's working with Adam, and I believe Adam is, is directing what she's doing, giving her a new look, a new persona. Maybe she had some input into it, but I think she's taking some direction from him as to what to do. So I don't know how extreme he's directing her to be. I don't know if he's pushing her to be extreme or pulling her back from being too extreme. That I don't know. But yeah, that. And as far as the stuff with Tommy and their previous relationship, I don't believe a word she says. I don't believe a word she says. I want to say your videos keep getting better and better. Good job. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Dom. Thank you for the super chat. Oh no, it's fine, T-Dub. I don't dip my fingers. I don't. It's. She's doing her thing. She's doing her thing at the moment. It's her channel. She can do what she wants. If she's within TOS, and now she has more time to film. So, we'll see. Not a lover of Pete's, but I'm sorry for how she treats him. He said he prefers to be called James, so it proves again how she disrespects him. Good description of CB. I try. It's hard to kind of, Thanks, T-Dub. We haven't made a video about Cynthia since December 31st of last year. It was New Year's. 30 days has September, April, May, 31st. And we haven't done one since, so. Foodie Beauty was with BB, or is that old news? I don't remember. Am I still doing OMAD? I'm modifying, actually, at the moment, Mika. Thank you for asking. I was doing OMAD for a while, and actually now I'm finding I'm eating, like, too much at night before I'm going to bed. I'm finding I'm not feeling full, so I'm going to start actually breaking it up and eating a little bit during the day to stop at night from the, like, nighttime binging type of thing. So, yeah, she did just scream pee. Yeah, a lot of us don't. Yeah, I don't think Tommy was. I mean, maybe he was creepy, but I mean, look, I don't believe he was the aggressor in the relationship. Cold read. And rest in peace. So. Yeah, it is not Pete's anymore. She's. Oh man, it's rough. You'll start binging once your body realizes it has access to food. Well, I'd meal prep for the OMAD and have everything, and then it's like, well, I have 100 calories left, which turns into a 1,800 calorie binge. But I've been emotional lately, and one of the first things that gets off kilter for me when my emotions are off is my sleeping, and then from the sleeping goes food. Because when I can't sleep, I usually try to eat myself to sleep. Because often it works. So. Stop, you're better off. You could try OMAD. It worked for me for maintenance just fine. Like I said, I have emotional stuff tied into food. So when I don't feel well or have stuff going on, food is something that I end up playing with. Milky tea and jasmine. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, forget it. When I was taking the prednisone, I didn't even fight it. Hello, Claudia. How are you? I didn't even bother fighting the prednisone hungries. I just ate and ate and ate. So, yeah, I know a lot of folks. Dragon, I admire you that food is fuel because I have, like, previous emotional ties to food, and some of them are harder to pull apart. And First time watching you live, recommended the videos. Thank you, Manu. Welcome. Hello, Gitta. I'm pooping right now. How are you doing? We're doing all right. We're doing all right. So, pregnancy hunger. Well, I suspect. I don't know. So, nailed your name. Rare occasion. Oh, good. Well, I'm happy. Did somebody get timed out who wasn't supposed to? James, hello. How are you? Emotional not eater. I vacillate, Jarella. When I was a teenager, I was an emotional non-eater. You know, the sick part of it is that sometimes I kind of wish I was now. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna be sad, at least I should see my hip bones. You know, it's kind of dark humor, but it's kind of true. The cheesecakes were delicious. Thank you for asking, Ed A. Yeah, LA, nothing looked on the up and up. If anything happened, I'm pretty sure it was a mistake. Nothing. It all looks good from my end. So, I love these people. I don't get hungry. Sometimes I forget to eat. You know, these are the people that say I can eat anything I want and I don't get fat. Well, you couldn't eat anything I want and not get fat because I want to eat a lot, like a lot. So, but so it goes. I guess. Farm Boy, we don't have Farm Boy. I could take you to Giant and just put the phone up to Mark and you can listen to him talk the whole time. That'd be different. Just let him narrate the whole thing. I should just follow behind him and film, and you can just listen to him grumble. Our closest Wawa is like an hour away. It's like a southeast PA thing, and we're in northeastern Pennsylvania. We're like 2 hours away, and the closest Wawa that north is like Allentown, and we're another hour away from that. So, yeah, Mark's Giant rants are ridiculous. They're so funny. Chips and candy. You have Wawa in Florida. I love Wawa. Love it. The coffee, the sandwiches, the cigarettes are always sold at state minimum. Like everything, their iced tea, their diet green tea, everything. I was in a hospital in Allentown. Allentown and the whole Lehigh Valley has a lot of specialty hospitals in the state of Pennsylvania. So, angrily danced around and pulled her shirt up. Foodie flipped out, danced. Oh, God. Whatever. Oh, you like the short? I thought the short was cool with the cocktail that he did. Wawa has merch? You lie. I mean, I prefer Wawa to Sheets, but I mean, up in this corner of the state, we really had neither. We got a Sheets up here before we don't have a Wawa yet. We have 2 Sheets, actually, now. So. Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Fresh Market, Publix. Yeah, we don't have a Trader Joe's. We don't have Whole Foods, nothing. I think Philadelphia might be the closest. So, but yeah, the short was really cute. I thought it was good. So, what are these stores? They sell food, healthy food, I think, James. It's stuff with the dirt still on it. It's supposed to be better for you, which is why it's more expensive. Riddle me this. Okay, when I was younger, because I'm a little older, the more expensive foods were the foods that were from foreign lands, because they had to be shipped and they were grown in the mountains of Morocco, and the coffee beans had to be plucked, and you know, saffron, stamens of crocuses grown in the mountains and pulled at midnight. And that's what made it expensive. Now, if my neighbor grows some shit and doesn't use fertilizer and it's like locally grown and harvested, it's more expensive than anything. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now local is expensive. I mean, I like to shop local, but the little shops are expensive. Organic is expensive for me. We have a Wegmans. Wegmans is the go-to place if you want to get organic and other stuff like that. We do have a farmer's market that's open during business hours, so nobody can go unless you don't work, you know, day shift. So you can get some cheap produce there. But otherwise, Wegmans is the place that we have where you can get anything organic, gluten-free, all that stuff. Anything in that vein. So, I can afford, like, I'm okay with cheap eats. Well, that's what I meant, Luna Dog, what I was saying. The farmer's market is what we have. But it's not open often enough. My parents will pick up some stuff sometimes. My mom works for a Catholic nonprofit, and they have food drives every couple weeks, and they'll have a lot of produce sometimes that they're given, and it's like random stuff that people might not use, like a 5-pound bag of sweet potatoes or a head of cabbage the size of a medicine ball. So, do we have any really good breakfast places? Meh. Meh. Why do you feel like death, James? Aldi. We do have an Aldi. Our Aldi just got the Aldi makeover. That Aldi has been around here for years, and it was looked down upon as a place that sold cheap, generic, brand X crap. It's been there since the early 90s, and it's only recently that people went, oh, I just went to Aldi, and we got some stuff. You know, now it's got a better, newer reputation, but when it first opened here, people were like, "Oh, you shop at Aldi's," because it was the the stuff was cheap, so the implication was that you were poor, and that's why you shopped there. I love Aldi. They have baked chips. They have good pizza. They have like zero carb bread. I think if you're doing like keto or Atkins. Second day of the new job. Oh, well, you're home now. Put your feet up. Relax. Where's Ortega? Make him do things for you. We have the good Aldi and the scary Aldi. Well, we have the good giant and the scary giant too. Yeah. Oh, honey. Yeah, the shorts are cool. We're actually the shorts are funny because you put them up in a different place and when you hit shorts on the YouTube app. So they show up in our thing here and I guess you guys get the alerts for it. But the longest they can be, I think, is 58 seconds, 57, and then YouTube recommends they be extremely short, like 15 or something like that. So, Mark's been having fun doing those. We did just one or two together, I think. So, never go to Aldi. It's 10 minutes from my house. It's 10 minutes from our house, too. I don't go there that often. So, need to finish my t-shirt submission. Yes, you do. If you want to enter your artwork into our Halloween t-shirt artwork contest, you have until the end of September 1st. I believe September 1st. So, and the prize for that is $100 Amazon gift card. And of course, we use the design you used on our Halloween t-shirts. So, Costco. We have Sam's Club. We don't have Costco. Or do we? No, I don't think we have Costco here. We use Instacart for groceries. Outside is scary. A lot of times it is. A lot of times outside is scary. Move to New Zealand. Oh, I don't care to fly. I'd have to take a boat, and that would be a while. Do I think Chantal is worse than Cynthia? Better worse is hard to say. I'd rather split an Uber with Chantal than Cynthia, put it that way. The mail seems to be a little better, actually, Jay. It doesn't seem to be too bad. We've been getting our stuff, we've been getting our packages, you know. So things seem to be okay at this point. We haven't gone and gotten any packages from 4 months ago. They either called those a wash, and that's it, or everything's caught up, I guess. Yeah, it is a good thing. Hard time finding certain products in stores in your area as well. Mm. I had to go hunting today for cat food. COVID. Giant, of course, didn't have any. So I went to a supermarket out in the sticks, and they did. They had a bunch of stuff. So, it's out in cow country. Very nice people. I assume the cows are nice too. But, nice folks, country folks. Produce, the only thing I see at the super, peaches, just aisles and aisles and aisles of peaches. Hello, Miss McPhoebe. I must have missed you coming in. I must have. I don't think I've seen you. Hello. Chantal on the edge of total destruction. She's been peeking over the edge of the cliff and giggling at total destruction. I don't think she knows how bad it could get. So, yes, pet food is an issue. Cat food's been an issue. Our cats, luckily, are going with the flow. Hello, Andy B. And they're kind of just, they're riding it out, you know, because Oscar will eat almost anything. He's an outdoor kitty. Bandit's a little particular, but also I don't want to do food allergies. I don't want to fuck too much with what they're eating because I don't want them to get sick. So, same with the dog food. Yeah. That's in French, and I figured it out. Same avec le dog food. Avec. I knew avec was with. How nice. Multilingual. That's what counts. That's what counts. But the cats have been fine. As long as it's in the Fancy Feast line, it doesn't matter what it is. So I can get them cans of stuff, little packages, the rip-offs, they'll whatever. Well, thanks for coming to say hi, Claudia. I know, it's a Thursday, it's not a Sunday, so I'm kind of off my track today. We actually just used Chewy for the first time. A lot of people in here actually recommend it, so. What do you think Foodie Beauty will do if she actually loses monetization? Fight it. She'll fight it and try to appeal it and things like that. But I don't know. We'll see. She doesn't have any other. She's not going to make this kind of money at another job. I don't know if she has any other skills that are, I can't say as valuable because that's not the right word. People will pay for almost anything, and they're paying her for this. If she stops doing this, I don't know what else she can do that would pay as much. So, plus she'd have to be a bit more active. She would have to live on somebody else's schedule if she worked for someone other than herself. You know, right now she only answers to YouTube. She breaks their rules, they take her channel away. But if she works for like a company or an agency, there's company rules, there's agency rules, there's other stuff she'd have to follow. She's not really good with that. So I don't know what she would do. I don't know if she knows what she would do. Probably meltdown. Or maybe not. If there's no one to tell about it, maybe she won't. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, if you don't, yeah, I don't know if she has like basic job skills still. Hi, Eileen. How are you? I'm doing good. Mark's doing okay. Did he text me? He had to work late tonight, so. Can't wait to get a Halloween tea. Yeah, well, it's in the works, like I said. The Halloween teas, if you have some artwork, you can submit it to us, and then we'll see. Drug testing is big with every company in Canada. There's a hospital that I've received services at. They test for nicotine in the staff. You can't smoke, vape, nothing, chew. Not when you're at the hospital, in your private life. If you turn up positive for it, there's an issue. I don't know how I feel about that, obviously, you know, but, I don't know. I don't think any agency wants you to turn up positive for crystal meth. I'm pretty sure, you know, if you come up for weed, you could maybe make a case for yourself, but they don't do drug testing at my job. For the reason that, you know, if there was a work issue, if you got hurt at work or something, like for a workman's comp, yes, they would. No, nothing. Nothing. I mean, I got a nicotine patch on the psych ward when I was there, but Blue Flamingo, you're sending in your art soon. Okay, cool. We'll be looking for it. The 1st is the deadline. We've had about 6 or 7 submissions. It wasn't a whole ton that we've had, so there's, you know. Nicotine's legal. You get my caffeine when you pry it from my warm tea-scented hands. As I cough and die. If any nicotine metabolites show up, it's a fail. So, that's you know, so it goes. So I won't be working there probably soon. Um, yes, Dom, ready for fall. I'm done with 90-degree temperatures. I'm done with air conditioning. I want to open the windows and not have it be hot and humid and gross outside. I want it to be nice. Great pair unemployed. Say hasta la vista to the luxury villa. Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah, that's just. They're not gonna be able to stay there. I don't think he can afford it, and if she's not working, she, you know, cola versus meth versus THC is complicated. It stays in the system longer. Why the aforementioned is so popular, especially on rig sites. Chantal could become the new wifey. God. I know it's around here. Actually, the big issue that we had a huge opiate problem, like the opioid epidemic, um, which only started getting attention as a medical issue when like white kids in the suburbs started dying around here. Um, Actually, we're having a meth issue now. Meth is what's taking over. People are turning up positive on drug screens for meth instead of heroin. So that's actually the numbers have dipped a little. Sounds promising. But if it's being replaced with meth, that's not better, you know? Fall. I can't wait till fall. I look so much better in my fall wardrobe than I do in my summer wardrobe. I don't know if anybody else can relate, but between the hoodies and the sweaters and all that other stuff, yeah. He needs to be very careful while he's on disability. His appearance on Chantal's channel could affect him. Yeah, HR wouldn't go snooping, but people being people, somebody would take a shot and send it to his job. I'm sure his job has been doxxed. And there's people, you know what I mean, who are idiots who take it that far. Who take it that far. I think that's stupid. But there's people who would probably try to do that. I had an uncle-in-law who was on disability from workman's comp for years. And my cousin was like, I can't wait. She didn't like him, you know, because it was like her stepfather. And she was like, I'm just going to take a video of him shoveling snow and send it right to his boss. So, but Pete's is a little more fragile. Like when he says he's not doing well, I'm inclined to think he's really not doing well. So, yes. And I'm not a pumpkin spice type person, but I could do for a little something pumpkin spicy. So, he works in a call center for a mobile phone company. I don't think they'd care. Yeah, probably not. Mm-hmm. Far too few checks and balances with disability. I was on, right? Hey, Cindy Lou, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you're. I'm glad you feel refreshed. Um, right, and when I was starting to get into recovery, I was on federal disability, Social Security disability. I was too sick to work, and I hadn't worked for the previous like year and a half. And I had my mental health record, which is like yay thick, and I had submitted for it, and it was initially on hold. Thank you, Gitta. Thank you for coming. It was put on hold, and then I had to get reevaluated by a psychiatrist by the state of their own, not my own personal one, but one of theirs. And then after that, I was approved on the first try with no attorney. So if that gives you guys any insight into how curious my life had been prior, it was that. There's people with broken backs with x-rays and bars coming out of them who don't get approved on the first try. That's a sin. But anyway, um, and I was on it for about 2 years, and then I went through the trial work period, so you can start working and making over, I think it's like 800 or 900 a month in the U.S., and then you can make that much for 9 months, and then your Social Security cuts off. I think you can carry Medicare after that for a while, if it's been a couple years, but after that, the money cuts off, and then you're gone. If you get disabled again, you can kind of streamline reapplying, but 8 years and 11 surgeries to get approved. It's a sin. People with physical disability, like blind, like, you know, if you're blind or missing a hand, like, you know, it shouldn't be that complicated, especially if you have paid into the system your whole life. I know some people can't. Um, But I had paid into the system since I've been working on the book since I was like 16. You know, I've been washing dishes and working and you know, sick, crazy, whatever state I was in, I was trying to be productive. So you're in the review period now. Glad I was approved. You know what? I needed it too. I'm glad it was there. I'm glad I'm not on it now. Um, but I had no shame in needing it at the time. You know, I had work credits I had paid in, I collected, and then I didn't need it for the rest of my life. My disability wasn't permanent, happy to say. So, and it would be there if I needed it again. But for me, it's kind of a pride thing. Like, I don't want to need it again. I'm glad to know it's there. I would take it if I had to. But for me, it's an ego thing, you know? No, abusing it. No, the reason they're there. I mean, I pay taxes for these programs so that they're there for other people, but also me. You know, I pay taxes for a lot of things I don't benefit. I pay school taxes. I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids, but I'd like to live in a community where the kids are educated, so I shut up about it. You know? Hard to get disability. Fentanyl patches, oxys, gabapentin. Still don't get it. Lupus. Oh my, bless your heart. Like, I had a neighbor. She passed away. She had lupus, and the treatment affected her quality of like. Her choices sucked. She had pain or side effects. These were her choices in life with a chronic illness like that. I know it's like that with lupus, maybe Lyme disease, rheumatoid arthritis, some other autoimmune stuff, and then there's others I'm sure I don't know that are the same. And it's either like pain or side effects, pain or side effects, and there's like nothing in the middle. International Dog Day. It is International Dog Day. If you got a pooch and you got a Facebook, take a picture, put it up. The cat's currently passed out on the floor because it's warm. Um, and then Oscar's outside waiting to be fed. So. Treatment is going through now is making the pain and side effects worse. Oh God, Wendy, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Dog's on her first vacation in Maine. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I never used that word, Andy. So you know, yeah. I didn't see any doggies out today. And I think about it, because I actually had to go. I was into the office, so I was actually out around people today. So I don't get any highs off of them. Well, if they're taken correctly, maybe a little bit at first, but then, you know, hopefully they're managing the pain. Ideally, that's what they would be doing. You know, as long as the pain medication's being taken for pain. You know, so concerned with Chantal last night, wasn't sure she'd wake up. Her blood sugar, and then she popped up an hour later to eat and be some more. Stubborn. Oh, you're fine, Andy. Just it's okay. It's perfectly okay. Yeah, I worried that she would eat herself into a coma with no CPAP and just fall asleep on her back, and that's it. But you know, I like talking about the situation because it raises good points. What would I do in this situation? Is there any help for her? Like, kind of those things that Mark and I talk about. But like with anybody you can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. I mean, it's one thing to be like a motivator or a cheerleader for a person, but you can't. You know, I can't want Chantal to get well more than Chantal wants Chantal to get well. So, especially if I don't even think she needs to know what's wrong. So, I had to leave as a mod. You were a mod on Chantal's channel? Or am I just talking about one topic and like 5 others are going by? Well, it's hard to get well. I mean, it is. So I can see that, and it's scary because I don't think she knows a life outside of stuff like this. So. Oh, well, I'll take your word for it. I don't have to. Pondering Penguin. I don't have to check your name. I'll trust you. Pete's, I don't know. I don't know what would be good for Pete's. I don't know if Pete's knows what would be good for Pete's. I almost have no suggestions because he's tied in, kind of codependent with Chantal, but at the same time, he needs boundaries and he's got to have a life of his own, but he never really did to begin with, so what's he really missing? But I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't watch it anymore and didn't ask to be modded. I, I'm sure you're not the only one. Her numbers have taken, well, they swung way far down, then back up, and then back down. I think people just don't want to see it. They just walk away from it. And like I said, can you blame them? I mean, I understand hanging around a sick person because you like them and you want to see them do well and you feel like you're keeping an eye on them, almost like you're protecting them, but it's not. It's just, I don't know, just got out of work in time to head home. Have a great night. Thanks, Rebecca. We got a few minutes left here. Yeah, she's got him around. She can manipulate him very easily, and she knows it. Exactly, she knows it. And taking advantage of that. I mean, I know there's people in my life I know I could wrap around my little finger. I used to, you know what I mean? But not doing that is what makes one arguably a good person. You don't take advantage of the people around you to your own benefit. Painful to watch. I don't blame anyone who walked away. You know what really kind of twisted me was I mean, we still have the bees in and the live stream, the drug abuse and the live streams. Um, Watching so many of those in a row where she was just so out of it. And even when she was beezing during the gaining ground and negs thing, towards the end of that, I was kind of looking like, I'm like, she's probably too high to be doing a panel right now. She's probably ill-advised to be doing that at the moment. Not the whole time, because she was having a good time and they were talking and whatever. But at the end, it was like, I'm like, if there was three people standing at a bar and the girl was shit-faced, and the two guys were, I don't know. Wants to know if she contacts mods. Nope, we're not her buddies. I had a feeling. Sorry to have it confirmed, but I'm just watching. It's weird. Like, I'm just watching to see. It is quick. Isn't it a good quick hour? She was far too live to. Yeah. I thought the live with those two, especially. It. Again, putting myself in situations with people I don't know when I'm under the influence, and people hang on her every single word, waiting to rip her to shreds. Rightfully or unrightfully, it depends. I don't know. Manipulation's easy when you're always a pity party. Oh, I know. But but that is her life. We have our lives. I'll take a Saturday afternoon and I'll dig into her life and go, what in fresh hell is she doing now? Um, and continue as such. But I do like it because, like I said, I see Chantal, I see me. I mean, the old me. I don't see too much of current me in Chantal. So, yeah, pondering. If you've seen it before and you know what it looks like and you know what's coming, and like I've said before, no hate to Chantal, but she is, when she's defensive about her substance use and that kind of thing, she is so obnoxious about it when she's defensive. Some people are weepy, some people are mousy about it, some people just deny it, lie right to your face. She gets kind of like indignant and superior about it. It's like one of the most off-putting reactions when confronted about substance use. Um, Everyone would react some way, but that's hers. And it's so off-putting. Like I said, I had a 12-step sponsor 1,000 years ago who, when you're in AA, they kind of call for you to look for the new person and help them out. That's what's supposed to kind of help you stay well. You find the new person if you're doing better and you give them a hand. But they're not always nice. You know what I mean? It's easy to want to see some people do well because you sympathize with them and you feel for them and you want them to do okay and you want them to have a good life. Even though she's struggling, it's hard for a lot of people to care what happens to her. You know what I mean? And then there's people on the spectrum who want to see bad things happen to her. You know, I'm not at that end myself. Um, I fear it'll happen to her. But, oh yeah, it's her medicine. I don't care for that. No, it's not medicine. When I was drinking a fifth a day, that wasn't my medicine just because I wanted to do that instead of go to therapy or go to the doctor. Just because it makes me feel better doesn't mean it's medicine. I didn't know about THC Cheetos. That was worth watching a bit of. It was. So, yeah, it's like Faces of Meth if you watch 6 months back. Yeah. Well, Wandering Penguin, thank you for popping in. Um, just to chat a little bit. I appreciate it. Always good to get another perspective on things. And don't hesitate to come back. You're welcome. We are at the hour, folks. It's been an hour of just me, no Mark, just me, like in us. Oh yeah, Andy, it's like the pay it forward thing. You know, you always are supposed to help the newcomer. If a new guy comes in shaking and doesn't know where he is and he's half crying, go over, get him a cup of coffee, sit down, and then, you know, talk to him, give him a cigarette, see how he's doing. That's part of it's the only evangelical part of AA that there is. Um, you know, not out on the streets, but when you see someone new, you look out for them a little bit. And I have a little bit of that for her. But we'll see. So thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for being here. Mark didn't get home in time, but he'll be here, obviously. Maybe Saturday you'll see him, and then probably Sunday, obviously, he'll be here for that. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. Please do hit the thumbs up on your way out. Please do subscribe as well. You can follow us on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Our email address and our contact info is all listed below as well. Thank you again. And what's tomorrow? Friday? We will have a video. Actually, I think we'll be seeing you guys tomorrow night. We might be doing a story type thing. It'll be me and Mark. I think we're doing a video. I promise nothing, but that's the plan. So I'll try to keep you posted. All right. Thank you, everybody. This helped me a lot tonight, actually. This was a good chat for me, too. So thank you all for being here for me. Thanks for watching. Bye.